Good morning, day 7 on the Continental Divide Trail, and today I'm heading up into the Burro Mountains, and I've got another 50 something miles until Silver City, so let's hike.
My name is Michelle Bentley. I'm a retired Houston firefighter and empty nester who loves to get out and explore God's beautiful creation. For years, I've dreamed of hiking from Mexico to Canada on the roughly 3,100-mile Continental Divide Trail, the most remote and rugged of the long-distance trails in the United States. This year, with the support of my amazing husband, I'm beginning this epic solo journey. I love to share my adventures, so come and hike with me.
Well, this is a new, like a little walkover gate. Interesting. Kind of like they use for mountain bikes. Okay, now I gotta figure out which way to go. Well, we're up in time and made this little climb to catch the sunrise. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. Thank you, Lord. It was a surprisingly chilly night last night. I woke up because I cowboy camped. The rain and clouds kind of cleared up, so I camped and woke up with frost all over my sleeping bag, so at lunch I'm gonna have to air it out. It didn't go through, but the outer part of it is pretty damp. And I need to check the map. I think I go this way, but yeah. But the inner was dry, but man, I was pretty chilly through the night, so I may go back to my tent tonight if it doesn't warm up a little more for the overnight temps. I was looking ahead at the map for the day, and it looks like today we have our first significant climb on the CDT, where we're climbing up to Jack's Peak, and it looks like it's a pretty good climb. We go up to over 8,000 feet, so, and that's sometime this morning, not too far away, so we'll see how tough it is. And before I forget, last night, so I was kind of sleeping in and out, not too good because I was just cold. So I had this dream that monkeys had come into my camp, and they were all like over my sleeping bag, and I was grabbing one trying to push it off, and it went to bite me. And I'm a sleep talker, so like when I dream things, sometimes I'll talk in my sleep. So I know I woke myself up, saying something, and I'm sure the other campers heard it, but they were nice people, so nobody said anything. But I think I'm pulling away from them today because they're going to make us stop off at this place called Raven's Wing Brewery, and I want to make more miles because I'm on a little time crunch because I need to make it to Colorado by June 1st so that I can hike the South San Juan section with my daughter. So, but it was nice to have company again. One thing about chilly mornings is it does not take long for you to warm up when you're climbing uphill, especially with a loaded pack. I've already started doing some climbing, but not the big climb for the day. It's still kind of going up and down here. But I actually I like when there's climbing and descending. When it's flat for a long time, that's actually harder on my feet. I think I forgot to mention too yesterday that when we got to our camp area at the water cache, I got my first trail magic. There was a trail angel named Tim, and he was there in his pickup truck in the parking lot at the trailhead, and he had Gatorades and different types of cookies, and he had these little foam pads that he put down on the ground so the hikers could sit and, you know, visit and have their snacks. So super neat. And the guy, he just like goes around during this time of year, during the through hiking season, and supports hikers, giving them rides and bringing water and snacks and things. And man, after a long day hiking, it really boosts your spirit. So what a cool guy. I got a picture with him that I'll put up. This is a beautiful little canyon that I'm walking around and up and through. I really like this section of trail. I haven't heard that much about it, but it's been super nice. Beautiful and fun because it's different. Cool. And just look at that. Beautiful. It's giving me lots of great views. This area looked like it was a garden landscape, you know, desert landscape with all these grasses. I haven't seen these yet. And the way the trees are, it's really pretty. So basically, we climbed up from the road onto this ridge line, and I'm just following the ridge line of the hills. Look at this pretty mountain. New Mexico's got some really interesting, like, rocks. All right, let's go back out. But yeah, the trail's just kind of following the ridge without a whole lot of elevation change until we get over to those Burro Mountains. Wow, that's a deep one. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't want to walk off into that. Alright, back to the trail. Another beautiful view. So I've got about 3.5 miles to the water cache that is provided for by trail angels. And then I start the climb up to Jack's Peak. So that'll be good timing. I can load up on water because it's a ways from there to the next water source. Nothing like climbing with a heavy pack. Crossing. There's the road. Okay. Guess across here. Oh, there's a sign. Okay. Another wash, sandy wash. The scenery and terrain on this trail is so varied. Like, even within each section, keeps things interesting for sure. And then here's where we're headed. I have a feeling, I have not hiked the PCT, but I have a feeling this is probably more like what PCT hikers experience rather than that first section of New Mexico desert that the CDT throws you into. I gotta quit videoing so much, but this is so cool. All these rocks, little grasses. It's really beautiful landscape. Look at this big rock. Hey, little bunny. You're so cute. You're my first bunny on trail. Cutie pie. See you later. Go on. How beautiful. That's like the start of this big wash I just crossed. And I'm climbing up. Hopefully the last climb before my water cache. Saw these beads hanging in the tree, and look at this. So excited. There it is. Water. There's a little bit there. Oh, let's see. Oh good, there's water. And there's drinks. Sprite. Okay, cool. I'm gonna park it here for a little bit. There was an ice cold Coke inside of this cooler too, and some other cold drinks, Dr. Peppers. I don't usually drink sodas, but I am going to partake today. Well, while I was here enjoying my trail magic, my friend showed up, so I got The Hobbit and The Godfather. So just left that water cache, and you come out to an information board for the Jack's Peak Continental Divide National Scenic Trail Head, and across this parking area, and somewhere over this way is my trail, and I start my climb up to Jack's Peak. Okay, so here we go. Let's start this climb. It's actually not terrible. It's big compared to what we've done, and on the elevation profile on Fire Out it looks horrible, but it's only like almost 1,700 feet over 4.6 miles, so it's not ridiculous. Climbing. This is a big old cholla. And the base covered in the lichen, it looks like a tree. We're a little over halfway up in both distance and elevation. But we have climbed. We're getting up there. Cool. I really just like rocks, I guess. Not to walk on, but like all the rocks and the cacti and brush and stuff growing between it. It's a pretty landscape. Another new thing. We're up above 7,000 feet now, and we've got legitimate pine trees. It's all been like juniper and scrub oak. Now, real pine trees, and big ones. Still on my climb, but I was just thinking, because you got a lot of time to do that out here. So I'm actually really introverted, and I didn't think I'd enjoy the whole social aspect of through hiking as much as I am. I've just met people from all over the world. New Zealand, China, Denmark, Switzerland, Germany, Quebec, Canada. And, I'm out here hiking most of the time year long. Most of the day, I don't see a single soul, so it's nice. I still get my solitude. And I can camp alone too if I want. But if you sit at a break spot long enough, or at one of the more popular camp spots, then eventually people might arrive, and it's been fun getting to know different people and hang out with them, and sit around at camp together in the dirt having our little either cold soaked or dehydrated meals, and just getting to know each other. So even as an introvert, I'm really enjoying the social aspect and being kind of part of the through hiking club, getting a trail name and having people meet me at, break spots and ask me if I'm salty. And somebody I haven't even met yet, and they're just saying that some of my other hiker friends told them that salty's up ahead. So it's fun. It's a neat aspect I didn't think I'd enjoy as much as I do. And just look at this beautiful pine forest I get to walk through. So different from even this morning. Beautiful, beautiful. New Mexico is surprising me. Cool looking. We're almost to the top. Like, I think I'm coming around right here, getting there. Yeah. I think that's it. It's flattened out. Oh. It's a little view. We're up over 8,000. Oh no, I got a smidge more climbing. Now I'm at the top of Jack's Peak, but your view is actually back that way, so it's a giant red anthill though. The northbound side, or downhill side of Burro Mountain is really nice, or Jack's Peak I should say. There's lots of flat areas where you can camp in the pines. I'm a long way from camping. This area is so pretty too. I mean, just look at this. Pop up here. Look at this view. Yeah, cool. What a nice spot. Ooh. Look down. There's a big log. Wow. Beautiful. Starting to see more of these lowdowns, but they're pretty easy to get over. They don't have branches or anything blocking you. Well, this is steep, so I'm going to use my hands. The trail coming down is pretty steep on this side. These are a mine. I think it's a silver mine. When Steve was bringing me out to Lordsburg, we actually drove right beside those because the GPS rerouted us, said it was a shorter route. So that's what they are. I saw them from the other side. But now I know what they are. So this is my water source. We'll look. Let's see what this is over here. It's a spring, and here's a tub. See which one looks better. It looks a little. Got a film over it. Let's see what this says. That's not bad. Just don't want to scoop up the buggies. So I'm gonna stop at this mud spring for a long lunch break. Not too long though, because I need to get moving. But I need to let my sleeping bag air out a little because it got a little damp, just the outside, but I need to let it dry. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my hot meal here. That way, if I do get into camp late, I don't have to mess around with cooking and stuff. So, and the others hopefully will catch up. See you later, y'all. There's a bat. There's a bat flying around getting water at this. Holy. Hi. I've never seen a bat so. Whoa, close. That is cool. All these huge boulders. Makes you wonder where they came from. That's pretty, and you can see the mine in the background there. Beautiful area. Yeah, here's a real good view of the mine. It's a big area. I feel like I'm just contouring around all these hills. Ooh, it's quite a drop down into that ravine. Pretty. How nice. I had my first hiker emergency. Restroom emergency. Oh my gosh. I hear people talking about that. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden my stomach hurt and I had to go. So it's not that easy. You have to throw your pack off, find a spot, grab your little poo kit, and dash for it. So I hope that's it. Ugh. Sorry, TMI. Gorgeous. And good thing, because I'm really tired. My foot hurts again, my right foot. It's just, I think it's got new blisters. So I'm really ready to stop. But there is nowhere to camp. You can see the terrain is pretty steep here. So I've got about 3.25 miles to where I can camp. And it says on the map tent site, so hopefully that will be a good spot. Excuse me. I'm trying to eat something down here before it gets too dark. I made it to where I'm camping. Super long day. My watch says I did 29 miles, but I'm not buying it. Probably about between 27 to 28, but still, that's a ton of miles. And it was not easy terrain. It was a lot of climbing today, the morning especially, and then the afternoon. Still had a lot of elevation changes, just up and down and going in and out of all these hills and around them and down into washes. But it was beautiful. My right foot's really bugging me again with blisters. So I'm looking forward to trying to get to town tomorrow and let my feet rest up again, because that did me a lot of good. Other than that, I'm going to crash. I'm so tired. So I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Have a great evening or day.